So, have you ever stopped to think, could a birthday cake, or maybe just a simple video on a phone, actually be a threat to a whole country's stability?
It sounds pretty wild, right? But that's exactly the kind of provocative idea we're digging into today.
Yeah, we're looking at this really sharp piece by Deepak Raj Joshi. It's called Cake, Camera, and a Trembling Republic.
hmm
And Joshi makes some fascinating points about what he calls national hypersensitivity. It really challenges you to look deeper.
It does. And the core question he raises is pretty stark. How strong is the system, really, if it gets, shaky over tiny things?
Right. While at the same time, it seems to just ignore massive problems.
Exactly. Huge things like inflation or unemployment, people not getting medicine, maybe just bad governance day to day.
So this deep dive, we're trying to unpack why the author thinks these seemingly small events cause such alarm bells to ring.
While the really deep-seated issues kind of get sidelined.
Okay, so Joshi kicks things off with this incident. A birthday party for someone named Chakre Milan.
Just a cake cutting.
Yeah, just a cake. But it was framed as like disrupting social harmony. And Joshi asks, rhetorically, what was in that cake? Gunpowder, a bomb.
Which obviously wasn't the case.
Of course not. But the point, and this is what you should really think about, is what that reaction shows. It's not about the cake itself.
No, it's about how easily something totally harmless can be twisted into some kind of major threat. It signals a real insecurity deep down in the state.
Definitely misplaced priorities. And talking about small things causing big reactions, Joshi brings up another example, a video.
Ah, yes, the video with the former king's grandson, Hridayendra Shah.
Right. He was apparently just visiting Jumla, filming with his phone, supposedly to promote tourism. Pretty benign stuff, you'd think.
Seems like it. But the reaction?
Well, Joshi notes this outcry from some self-proclaimed Democrats. They were saying the Constitution was in crisis, the Republic was trembling.
Over a travel video. It makes you ask, doesn't it? If a system is that easily rattled by, what, a YouTube clip?
What does it actually say about its strength, its resilience?
Yeah, what kind of system sees a travel vlog as a constitutional emergency?
It's kind of baffling, isn't it? The author suggests that a system that seems, well, almost indifferent to the actual suffering of its people.
Their patience wearing thin.
Yeah. That same system can suddenly freak out over a YouTube video. It just screams insecurity.
And that leads right into this really striking paradox Joshi highlights.
Tell us about that.
Well, he observes how comedians, satirists, people making folks laugh, maybe think a bit, they often get slapped with the label controversial.
Okay.
But then leaders who maybe betray trust, sell false hope, they sometimes get treated like national heroes.
Wow. So the values are kind of inverted. What does that do to a society?
It's a deep question. And it gets even more twisted. Joshi points out how the system might heavily monitor, say, young people just trying to show off the country's beauty online.
Like promoting the Himalayas.
Exactly. Simple stuff. Yet at the same time, it might be protecting corrupt contractors or politicians dodging taxes.
And these people, Joshi says, they often get legal cover, even awards sometimes.
It's a really stark contrast he paints.
So here's where it really hits home for you listening, what Joshi is trying to say. He's arguing the system has developed this almost perverse set of values.
Yeah, it's a world where, and this is a powerful quote from him, humor is seen as a threat and loot as tradition.
Oof. That's quite a statement. It's not just an observation. It feels like a real critique of how things are governed.
Absolutely. Misidentifying danger, normalizing the real threats.
And this leads us to Joshi's final, pretty stark warning.
Yes. He argues that if a system gets so unstable, so self-defeating, that it's genuinely scared of a cake, scared of a video,
Then what happens?
then it starts seeing enemies everywhere. It'll eventually see its own shadow as a threat. It becomes a system that basically thrives on flattery, not real criticism.
It's breeding suspicion instead of improvement.
Exactly. So the question he leaves us with, and maybe for you to think about, is what happens to any system, a nation, sure, but maybe an organization, a community, when fear becomes the main driver
When it starts seeing threats that aren't really there.
and ignores the genuine challenges right in front of it? What does it even mean for a system to be that unstable, that self-defeating in the long run?